I would say first and foremost, I'm a music fan. So that's led to me being a songwriter and a performer. That's led to me doing one of the best things I've ever been involved with, the song show. Imagine these stories in my head to keep me going, whatever it is. And it's like a dream to be able to tie all these influences together and talk about them, you know. And I'm blessed with my age that when I grew up, you know, you could hear the OJs and you'd hear the Who and you'd hear Frank Sinatra, you know, on the same station. And, you know, I always tied that together, and it always bothered me when everything became so niche-y. And I think if you hear, you know, say a Nirvana song, and it makes you think of a Patti Smith song, and then that makes you think of a Peggy Lee song, that you can find this incredible world out there. And that's really what I'm trying to share my knowledge of. We got to get together and talk about that video. Well, I think we can do something. I think we can probably, why don't we just do like a little 4-minute piece? You know, something that has a little narrative to it. All right? Tuesday in Cleveland.
Something that's like, give me a freaking break. You know, I want to set through Rubber Soul. I want to set through Nevermind the Bollocks or the Jam sound effects. You know, be able to set through the whole album.
Yeah.
Do you think contextually like that? Are you thinking I want to put out a record that people want to set through, or your generation, everybody's shuffling through everything? What are you thinking about when you're doing that?
As far as making an album, and especially with this one we're going to record next month, I want something that's more of a complete piece, you know, from front to back. And I think that is a problem with, you know, with the internet and with downloading. A lot of people, they'll just download, you know, a single song or something, and then you don't really get a whole idea of the full picture, you know, of the album.
Gang, Brick Briscoe, welcome to the Song Show. Had a guy drop by my house on Christmas Eve. Almost unannounced. He warned me he was coming. I had no idea who he was. He's sort of a wandering minstrel. I think he's originally from the Evansville area. He lives in Muscle Shoals, Alabama now, hanging out in that cool scene. So we sat around, talked about the songwriters he liked, talked about the songs he loves and the songs he's written. And we said things like this, which will be one of those things. Hang around with us. Daniel will play an original song, and I bet we have a couple of drinks. And as you'll hear, I'm drinking bourbon. The Song Show will be back right after this.
Got on my old BMW and was going in town when it was cold, and I realized I was dressed in Dead Man's Clothes. Oh, bad read on the harp. Sorry about that.
It's all right. Just give me 1 second then.
Right when you hit it emotionally where you want to be. Must have got some burrito from last night in there.
There you go. It's good to have an excuse, right? Every time I do the show, I always try to find 3 or 4 songs I have no history with that will teach me something, and therefore it'll open up new doors for me. And it's a bottomless well of material. I don't see the show ever disappearing just from lack of material. I mean, you know, my personal taste and whatever, that's a whole other thing. But this is the Song Show. I'm Brick Briscoe. See you next time.